just don't know what to even say anymore at this point. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Stats Media. Terry capping last night's game of 10-5. The Phillies and the San Francisco Giants as the Phillies lose 7-4 to the Giants. I just don't even know anymore. We lose another series as his defense and his ends-up play continues to be abysmal. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please join engagement bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides daily video highlights from the game. So please come subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. It's the same thing every single video. I just have never seen a team as inept as this one. I mean, honestly, just like we are just falling farther and farther away from the New York Mets in the first place spot in the NL East. So another tough loss last night. It's just one heartbreak after another. I don't even feel like yelling. I'm just tired of it. I don't know what to say anymore at this point. I just don't. I mean, Joe Girardi, totally mismanages this team last night, but at the same time, it's not all his fault either. This defense continues to be a big problem. Rhys Hoskins, not catching, routine ball that he should catch. Jerry Spinelli not covering first base. These mental mistakes that really seem to be coming back and biting us. Dave Dombrowski could say whatever he wants, how he's, not pleased with the record. And yeah, okay. He speaks for the rest of the city when he says, yeah, I'm not pleased with this record. Well, of course. It's kind of a rhetorical statement. I don't think anybody else in the city is pleased with that record. I certainly don't think the manager or any of the players are, content with that record. I can guarantee you that. So how about you do something about it? How don't you do something about it? How about that? You are the president of baseball operations, and he has the authority to make something happen. So something needs to change here. Clearly the team morale is not where it should be. And particularly scoring summary here in the bottom of the fourth inning. JT Muto grounds the ball to shortstop, and Gene Segura comes around to score as they were able to get Rhys Hoskins out at second. Then they said there was interference, and Joe Girardi, should have gone out there and argued. And luckily, they were able to overturn that call, and the run did come around to score as JT Muto was able to beat out the throw to first base. So it's a 1-0 Phillies lead. Now we pick it up here in the top of the fifth inning. Luis Gonzalez doubles on his sharp line, drive to right field. Estrada and Casilli come around to score, and it's 2-1 San Francisco. So the Giants now take the lead in the top of the inning off of Nick Nelson. It was Gonzalez's 8th double of the season, 2-1 San Fran. Now we pick it up here in the same inning. Mike Gostkowski hits a sacrifice fly out to center field. Tommy Lazdella comes around to score, and it's now 3-1 Giants. So Mike Gostkowski, definitely an underrated player in the game, right? Definitely having a good year. Kind of had an injury, prone year last year. He was great in 2020. But this is definitely an underrated player in the game. You don't really hear too much about. You definitely should hear his name a little bit more. And for some reason, his name kind of gets thrown under the cover a little bit. But he's definitely having a above average season for the San Francisco Giants. So fundamental baseball right there for the Giants, 3-1. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the sixth inning. JT Realmuto collects the second RBI of the game as he singles on a sharp line drive to left field. Nick Castellanos comes around to score. Now it's a one-run ball game, 3-2. So JT Muto, that certainly was nice to see. You don't really see him do that too much, right? Some situational hitting, certainly not the best part of his game. He's never been good at, coming through in the clutch, but he's able to do it right there to make a one-run ball game for the Phillies. So we pick it up here in the same inning. How in the world do you not capitalize on this more? This is the second time it's happened in the past couple of days. We saw it the other day with Mount Gomez. Odubel Herrera grounds into it all, played the bases loaded. As Rhys Hoskins comes around to score as the Phillies tied at 3. Bases loaded, nobody out. That's the. I'm not having a strikeout. I don't care. We got a run right there. How in the world do you not get more there? Terrible fundamentals. Terrible. This Phillies team does not execute at all. And we did see a team that was executing really well, this past week in the New York Mets, right? They seem to be executing pretty well, but it seems like we can't do that at all. The date is June 1st, and we are still in a very tough position, a very, very tough position. Then we picked up here in the bottom of the 10th inning. How in the world does this happen? Jack Peterson grounds the ball. The first base, Rhys Hoskins definitely has to go back there quite a bit. And Jerry Spinelli not covering, and not only was he not covering, but the throw by Rhys Hoskins is dropped as Wilmer Flores comes around to score, and the Giants now take the lead now 4-3 ball game. I just wish the Phillies would have gone down quietly. That just would have been the end there in the bottom of the 10th inning, but we'll get to this a little bit. But, I mean, come on. I mean, the sloppy play continues. I mean, clean it up. I mean, this isn't even fun baseball. This is just pathetic. I mean, really just downright pathetic. I mean, what we're witnessing on this baseball field right now about this Phillies team is just pathetic. I mean, they have these plays that they should make. Any other team can make. And we just can't execute. Of course, we don't do fundamental baseball. We continue to kick the ball around all over the place. Not only now when Rhys Hoskins, of course, Rhys Hoskins would make an error, earlier in the ball game, but that is on Jerry's Familia. So $6 million for that? I don't think so. Right? I mean, $6 million for a guy that doesn't want to cover first base. That's pretty pathetic. Doing pick it up here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Alec Bohm singles on a grab ball to center field. The speedy Roman Quinn comes around to score, as the Phillies now tied at 4. Okay, cool, I guess. I mean, Alec Bohm able to tie the game for the Phillies. He's definitely been struggling recently, but it was nice to see him collect that clutch hit right there. And I think we kind of just had a feeling they were just going to go down after that. I just didn't really think we were going to win this game, especially with Nick Nelson in that 2 RBI double. That's when I kind of got the vibes. The Jack Fritz friend of the pod feels like a loss. That's when I kind of got the vibes of that, you know what I mean? You could just feel it, this Phillies team. It's almost like a sixth sense. You just watch this team day in and day out, 162-game season after 162-game season. You just kind of develop a sixth sense about what they're going to do. You know what I mean? I've never seen anything like it in my life. Now we pick it up here in the top of the 11th inning. Donovan Walton doubles on a fly ball to center field as Joey Bart comes around to score, as the Giants now take a 5-4 lead. So the Giants now retake the lead. It wasn't really much of a surprise. That was Walton's 4th double of the season. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Jock Peterson's definitely had an underrated year for the Giants, right? I mean, this was a steal for the Giants. I mean, literally a flat-out steal. They're paying him $6 million just for 1 year. The exact same contract we paid Jerry's Familia. Oh, boy, isn't that kind of just pathetic? Oh, my goodness gracious. As he homers on a fly ball to right center field, an absolute bomb, and no doubter, a 2-run shot. It also scores Walton Peterson's 12th home run of the season. I told you, he's had a great year. He's really had a great year. He's definitely performed very well. We saw it with the Braves last year in the second half. I always thought that this guy definitely was underrated. So a steal for the Giants, and it's now a 7-4 San Francisco lead. They always seem to make these good signings. You know what I mean? This is a team that just is very smart. Farnzini out there, he just knows how to make a good team. I mean, he knows Jack Peterson well. Of course, Farnzini was with the Los Angeles Dodgers for a good number of years. So that would be your final 7-4 Giants, as the guy that gets punched in the face the other day by Tommy Pham, right with the fantasy football. That was just ridiculous. Hits a home run against the Phils. So it's 7-4 final as we lose the series again. Another series loss. My goodness gracious. Kyle Schwarber out of the leadoff spot, goes hitless, but he was able to collect 3 walks. But I want to start seeing him hit. You know what I mean? I mean, that's great he collects 3 walks, but I want to see him hit. And Gene Segura, who exited the ball game, and X-rays came back on that right index finger, and he has a fractured finger. So that is very disappointing. So definitely an IL stint for Gene Segura. That definitely kind of hurts for this offense, which hasn't really been setting the world on fire. This is a guy that definitely puts the ball in play a lot. I mean, I'm not the biggest Gene Segura fan, but you lose a guy like Gene Segura like that, you're definitely going to lose the table setter at the top of the lineup for sure. So that definitely doesn't feel too good. And Bryson Stott finally collects a knock. But of course, he struck out later in the ballgame when he had a chance to win, of course. And you didn't hear the news. Dieter Gregorius now on a rehab assignment. Lehigh Valley Big. This is just ridiculous how long this has taken. So once he is back up in the big leagues, Bryson Stott will definitely be optioned down. I mean, he should be optioned now. And Bryce Harper, 1 knock last night, the double, 2 walks for Harp. Definitely a decent night last night. Nick Castellanos also collecting knocks, scoring one of the Phils, 4 runs. And Rhys Hoskins, 2 knocks last night. I like him so much better in the 6 hole. I mean, I do not like him batting in that leadoff spot at all. And JT Muto, and it was a big one, that RBI single, also collecting RBI in the force out, ground out. So that was definitely a decent night last night for JT. Alec Bohm also delivering the game-tying RBI single at the bottom of the 10th inning. Not that it mattered. I mean, it seems like every day I come on here talking about a big kid that was out of the Phillies lineup, it always feels like I'm saying, well, it didn't matter. Oh, it didn't amount to much, because we just, bullpen ensures that we lose. And the defense. Mickey Moniak goes hitless out in center field. He strikes out twice, and I think we kind of knew it was too good to be true. I mean, what we saw out of him in spring training, and when he did, unfortunately have that wrist injury, he lost all the momentum. Hey, you still got to give him time, but I didn't really expect him to be called up and have it to be some miracle. He's going to, pick up right where he left off. You know what I mean? So this isn't really much of a surprise to me. I mean, I was trying to be a little bit positive, but it is what it is. As Herrera came in the ball game to take over, but he grounded into that double play with the bases loaded. How despicable is that? And Johan Camargo also collects a knock. So as he went to second base later in the ballgame, Bryson Stott came in to take over at short. And you're going to take a look at Ranger Suarez, start 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks in, 5 strikeouts. And when he does kind of run into trouble like he did in that bottom of the 5th inning, as you did see, he just kind of gives away. You know what I mean? He struggles to rebound. He really struggles to rebound. So another disappointing start out of Ranger Suarez. Nick Nelson, 2 innings last night, did get smacked with one of those earned runs on that 2 RBI double. But other than that, he was fine. Erie now climbs down to 4-2-5. Connor Brogdon, a solid inning there, striking out 1. And Serenity Dominguez, an inning and 2/3. I mean, he continues to impress, right? His stuff just looks amazing. Jerry's Familia, really, I mean, just really hurting us last night on not covering first base. These are the kind of mistakes that cost you from winning ball games. Think about it. If that play just would have been made, the Albom RBI single would have won us the game. I mean, so the people that say defense doesn't cost you from winning games, it really costs you from winning games. I was talking about it with Mets talking to a friend of the pod yesterday. I mean, of course it will cost you from winning games. That's a terrible take. So I guess the 3-day rest rule didn't apply yesterday, as this was his 3rd straight relief appearance. So I guess Joe's kind of, ditching that rule, I guess, right? I guess he's not really using that anymore. Andrew Bellotti, an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them were earned, as he gets smacked with the loss, now 1-2 on the year. So you already know that this guy doesn't do too well later in the ballgame in a kind of a tight spot. So, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. And yes, I understand he's used a lot of names, and not a lot of people are available, according to his rule. But, I mean, why in the world would you let him go back out there again after what he showed you before? It's just not smart managing. It's not all Joe Girardi. He definitely mismanaged the team last night. There's no other way to say it. I mean, I'm not going to make a blanket statement and say Joe Girardi cost us the loss last night, but he certainly didn't help. I mean, he certainly hurt us a lot. So he really mismanaged us last night. No question about that. As I said, it's a combination of things. This bullpen continues to be just flat out terrible. This defense and heads-up play continues to be awful. I'm just so tired of talking about it. I'm so tired of watching this. I'm just sick of this. So another loss as we are now 8 games under 500. This has just been probably the roughest stretch of Phillies baseball I think I've ever recapped. As we are 3-7 in our last 10. Seems like, honestly, I'm surprised we're not worse than that, to be honest with you. 12.5 back from first place. The Braves are 10.5 back. The Mets are just running away with this NL East. But, of course, they got to play some tough teams, coming up here a little bit. So we'll see if they go back down to earth a little bit. The Mets are beating the bad teams. We can't even do that. We can't even manage to do that. So isn't that just kind of sad? So 6-5 the first pitch tonight. Rodon on the mound for San Fran, 4-4 with a 3.60 ERA. A free agent signing for them this past offseason. And Aaron Nola looks to continue to stay hot. 2-4 with a 3.56 ERA. Give him run support. We never seem to score runs when he's on the mound. And if we do, he usually doesn't pitch too well. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Tell all the social media, link discussion section at Phillies Soundstove Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Soundstove Media. Card text 267-225-5092. Email me, phillysoundstovemedia at gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. 6-5 the first pitch tonight. Rodon and Nola. I'm Luke and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies. I'll see you guys.